So I think that's probably one of the more reasons why they lean towards that over, say, a Beastmaster.
What do we got?
Sheever's happy.
I was going to put that Queen of Pain going. She took a break from getting whipped by...
Interesting. So it's Kuman on Queen of Pain. So they are doing that swap that you're talking about.
They're going to do the swap we said about, yeah.
Well,
Which is expected. It didn't, they felt it didn't work out game one, the gameplay, so they swapped their position. Put the standard in a different position.
But that's good. I mean, that means that they're having that conversation and saying, listen, it just didn't work. We're going to throw away game one, and let's do it this way.
But they've put him on a Queen of Pain, and I don't think that hero does good against an OD mid. I think they've just set up Kuman to look even worse this game.
Well, I don't
he looked okay last game. He farmed on the anti-mage. This game, no.
Well, let's look at what LootBet says. You put $1 on Old But Gold, you win $1.30. You put $1 on the Pango, you win $3.
This is for the series, though, right?
Correct.
Because they're already down 1-0, so that makes more sense.
Does that look right? I mean, we flipped
for the series. Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah. They've got Terrorblade. They've got, honestly, I don't think Queen of Pain is a very good hero. It's been a long time since I've seen Queen of Pain be good.
Right.
It's just been a hero that got nerfed time and time again, then got some buffs that weren't really buffs. They were just sort of weird, like, great, you can now push people away with your ult.
You push them out of range.
Give me a quick pick.
Old But Gold again.
Old But Gold?
Yeah.
Quap is good against Terrorblade, though, for the later game. So that's what he has going, despite the lane matchup. I'm going Old But Gold.
I want the Pango. Game started. Let's see what we got. I got to get back in against this Pixel character.
I mean, you gotta try, I guess. We're gonna find out though, because the Queen of Pain, you know, there's a reason she wasn't picked for years.
And years.
And years. And you're going up against one of the players that is one of the best on Queen of Pain, if it was good. So you should know that he also knows all the counters and know why she's bad, generally, right?
Yeah.
That's how things work like that. But at least they switch it around. They put Naive on the carry. They put Kuman on the mid.
And
you're all for comfort. You're not happy with it?
They gave Illidan Terrorblade again.
They did.
And they picked Jug. Like, what?
They did.
I agree. You know, with Breaky, Quap is a good hero against Terrorblade, but it's not a counter like Tinker, like Invoker, like Sniper, these heroes that actually will outscale TB, like nothing outscales TB, but at least you have a prayer. Quap dies 2 or 3 times in this game, and I think the Pango just lose. I've seen Jug against TB so many times. It is not really a winnable matchup whatsoever. And OD as well. Like, that's the second strongest hero in this game. They're both on the same team.
So what is the plan for the Pango? What, like, if they do well, what is their road to victory? Is like Queen of Pain wins mid, rotates to other lanes, and constant pressure from there on out, or what's the play? What's their plan?
It sounds about right, I suppose. You know, get ahead, stay ahead.
Get ahead, stay ahead, Ghost Stick. That means you cannot die. Not right now.
Oh, he's crit first.
Get a crit out.
Wait, what?
And he does also get forced to salve. Ooh, you'll actually get his salve ticked off though. I mean,
got another one.
He's fine. Slayer will just force Velour away.
He might be dead here.
He is not dead. I was never worried.
Olay.
Velour's fine. No sweat. He does have to walk all the way back to base. So I guess a little bit more free time for the top lane and for Grimstroke to get some levels because he's by himself now top, dealing with the CK. So yeah, we got that, well, he wasn't by himself. I lied.
Yeah, there's a TB there.
It was bottom lane. It was BZZ that was by himself.
But he's gonna get the creep pull off, so he's totally fine with that. Unless maybe
neutrals. Oh, the neutrals gotta help. Their teammate. Never mind. What?
That's so annoying.
It is. Yeah. All right, let's see top. They're going on Slayer 3 versus 2 here on this top lane, and it's enough to secure first blood for Old But Gold.
And specifically Illidan. They leave him the last hit. He does a good job there. Another VP special. That's 300 gold in his pocket. That's exactly the hero you want. It's almost a Wraith band for free.
You think it's good, them having the tri-lane and bottom lane being solo lane?
I think so, just because you're fine with trading free farm. We know how hard TB crushes a Jug throughout the game.
Yeah.
So, and Grimstroke Sven, you just do so much work to these heroes up top.
Oh, Velour does get the kill on Slayer, but has to be really careful. He's 1 hit away from being food for Ghost Stick, but the creeps actually annoying. He gets blocked by his own creeps. Very unfortunate for him. And Vanscore, therefore, should by all means be fine. We did have the rotation coming from the Rubik as well to make sure it's now a try for try.
And the mid lane matchup is going to be key, though. Just checking that one out. You can see, yeah, he's off to a bit of a lead, but OD will start to do much better as he gets more levels. I feel like Kuman needs to do a bit better over the next couple of waves. He really wants to start snowballing here.
So he needs to win his lane. He can't just play even. Is that enough?
I don't think so. Not in a game like this. I think Kuman's got to go off. I'm not quite sure what item build he'll go for here. It's a pretty nice Orchid game, but it's so risky it feels like for Quaps to pick up that item early on now. Maybe a Veil first here. You do have a ton of magic damage on your team.
Sounded like we had a kill up top there. The Pango, he's looking for a kill on Illidan there now too, and they get it easily with Zayat hiding in the trees. Now Sven, however, is back. They will get that kill on that Rubik. Top lane is a bloodbath. They, I mean, actually, that will favor the Pango quite a bit, right? Because they are the one with the aggressive lane, although I guess TB can still farm quite decent.
I think it favors them just because you want to slow down Illidan. That's the clock you're on. If you can control the Terrorblade's acceleration, you help your Drug out a lot. He's having a free lane down bottom because he's been in a 2-on-1. And the way you win this game is the side of Pango is with tempo. So if you can control that, keep ahead of the pace of this game, you will be fine because their whole draft kind of snowballs together or not at all.
That looked weird. It said the Dire killed off the Grimstroke, but Grimstroke is Dire, so that was weird. But,
really?
Yeah, they did say that. I thought I was wrong first, but they did say that.
Yeah.
Dota 2, please, fake news.
Go
All
figure.
Right. They will continue with this tri lane, right? I mean, you can, if you, as long as you can get kills and distract Illidan from farming, you'll be fine. Ooh, there's a double damage rune up on the bottom lane, or top lane rather, and Rubik is on his way there, meaning Ghostic and Slayer are by themselves, and they pay for that with Ghostic's life.
Yep. The Rubik, I think the Coddle might want to be the one looking for runes, because if you can lift away the target that gets Inkswelled, you're almost going to guarantee the CK will be fine. But no backup stun for Ghostic means he's dead 100% of the time. That combination with Metapop is way too powerful. You're just stunned for 4 seconds, and Illidan beats into you.
Speaking of stuns, we're going to see Zayat getting stuns. Here comes Valor coming from the river, looking for more. It is an Illuminate flying through, but it doesn't do nearly enough. That is another kill for Illidan, who has now got 3 kills to his name.
Yeah, CS is low, but he's been significantly helped out by the fact that he's gotten all these last hits up top. Vanskar, I think, is he just dead?
Illuminate as well. There is a Rubik close by. He's coming from the river, but I don't think he's fast enough, unless they want to try to turn this around, but I don't think so.
It's a good job, though, because they don't care. They're going to just Shrine immediately. That's about as efficient as possible. They're going to pop it 11 seconds after it activates. Illidan, no, come on, man. You got to be careful here. You know they're coming.
And he knows he doesn't have anybody backing him up, but he believes the trees will keep him safe, which in this case is very, very true.
Yes, they knew that they had this limited window, so I like that he gets himself out of dodge. The raindrop really prevents the side of Pango to really try to make any play. Flop's got a lot of denies mid lane. It's a lot extra
27 to 15. Ghostic again here on top lane. The target does get a level or 2-second stun out.
You can see right there, the lift on the Inkswelled hero, you will prevent that follow-up stun, and Ghostic will have no problem surviving. It's just preventing the double stun the Rubik's got to keep an eye on.
But preventing the stun, surely you want to not just prevent things from happening, but rather you want to be the aggressor on the side of the Pango.
You would like to be, but it's difficult because it's so much easier to spam the Sven stun, the Inkswell, over and over.
Okay.
Low cooldowns.
Well, Ghostic Blinding Light will help him out on the miss indeed, Valor.
Wow.
Close. Oh, hello, Kuman. Welcome to the lane. 1 hit will get you a kill. The scream actually didn't hit, but that will do. And he'll be able to
he used his scream, and then he queued for like an attempted last hit. Like, I guess you get the kill, so that's nice, but I don't like that. That's a lot of mana expended. He will be able to Shrine, so in a sense, it's not wasted by any means, but still.
Could have been more efficient,
Yeah.
is what you're saying.
It was just a bit
very critical
awkward.
here.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like slow movement. Like the blink was too far. He held the scream, then missed it. It was just a bit weird. Gets the denial on the ward, though. That's nice. OD forced to play a bit defensively because many heroes off map. He knows they shrined, and because they're not showing on the lane ward, they will now, and G will feel safe again. But when this Rubik is off map, you got to be careful as OD.
Yeah. And we also have Sven coming mid, perhaps to make a rotation happen. But they already found Rubik there too, so it wouldn't be a surprise anymore.
And this is one of the benefits of a 2v.
Rubik might actually die. He's taking a beating right there. Sven now has to get out because there are people coming from the Pango. But look at that HP.
Are they?
There,
I can't
now
see
he's
them.
dead.
Oh, they got him.
There, they got him.
So the benefit of being in a 2-on-1 is that it's a lot easier to swap away from the lane while maintaining an advantage. So in the 3-on-2, they traded. Yeah, sure, you died to the Terrorblade a couple times, but now you're just 3-on-3 and you're winning this lane, whereas Jug down bottom has total dominance. He's getting every last hit, even in a 1-on-1 scenario, because he's got such a lead over the Pangolier of Old But Gold.
Zayaj looking for maybe stealing this creep wave away, or at least getting something here with BCZ. BCZ is just left alone. Like, we haven't really talked about him, but his Pango is, I mean, he's getting levels. He's not doing too bad on the farm either. He's doing quite good, right?
I like his item build already more than his predecessor on the other team in the previous game, because he has going for Arcane Boots instead of just rushing a Javelin, which I can understand, but you gotta have that sustain.
Yeah, but with Kuman there, no sustain. We'll save you from that.
It's a big ultimate to use there.
Not worth.
I don't know if that was necessary. I mean, you could at least, like, you know, wait and see a little bit. I guess he wanted to prevent the rollaway TP. That is a possibility, but...
You know, I like it. I'll go against it, because you know how often people say, like, for example, when you have an Enigma on a team, like, people are waiting for the big black hole that's going to save the whole game. But I like it to just use it straight away. You don't know when the next opportunity arises to use it to get yourself a kill. And it's like, you're not, it's the same as hooks. If you don't use it, you don't get anything.
If you don't use it, you lose it. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, there's a saying there somewhere. But he got a kill. He will actually die now as well. But, hey, he's got that extra gold already, you know?
It's really, and that's the downside of Quap in this game. Yeah, you're against lower number of disables than usual, but if you get Astraled, Pango is an easy follow-up stun before you get the blink animation off. Same way, if Sven stuns you, there'll be a Grimstroke silence on top. Plenty of overlap is possible.
Embrace that we just saw, the silence coming out as well, which will most likely hit on 2 targets during team fights. Because of that soul bind. Yeah,
and that's the downside of this Pangolier lineup. Like, where is their team fight, right? You've got a lot of burst damage, the Quap Bolt, the Omni Slash. If you can just survive these cooldowns and still have the staying power to deal your damage back as the side of Old But Gold, you're not going to lose any engagements. Like, you're so strong.
Yeah.
You have staying power. You have sustained DPS in an engagement, and that is not what Jug and Quap's strong suits are. Part of the reason they've fallen a bit out of favor.
But the Pango does get 3 bounty runes.
That's true.
So you gotta see the silver linings where they're at. And actually, Juggernaut's doing really good in the farm. And before that, like at the start of the game, we mentioned that, you know, for Queen of Pain to be successful in a game, she needs to do a lot, right? Because well, she's Queen of Pain, let's be real. She is second highest on net worth for the entire game, as Zayaj is, I guess he was on a warding mission, but he didn't actually carry any wards. So maybe he was probably still running away from getting the rune earlier, which means that he wasted 40 seconds of their time.
Sometimes you just want to go exploring.
Yeah.
You ever watch Dora? It's all about the exploration.
It is.
All he needs a backpack.
I really like the song about the map.
That's true.
That's the best part about Dora.
What's your favorite, like, children's animated show?
Oh, we weren't really allowed to watch that much television when we were kids. I don't know. Ooh, he saves himself from that sonic wave.
Kuman might just
The
be dead
Astral,
now,
the
too.
silence coming out now as well. Kuman's got no hope, no way out. What are you going to do about that? Like, what item should he build to prevent himself from dying like that, as we see Zayaj join his fate, more than likely? But Queen of Pain, she needs some item to be able to deal with it. Like, is it a Yules that she needs? Is it a BKB that can help, you know, get her out of those situations? Because there needs to be something.
It's a weirder kind of game where you can't rely upon your mobility and elusiveness to survive. So I would like to see maybe like Treads Veil or into maybe into a Yule. It's a tough QoP game. This is why we don't see the hero, right? Like you've died twice now as Kuman. You don't get that kill with your ultimate, and all of a sudden you're falling off, and it feels like you might not be a factor if you don't get something going soon. A lot of emphasis on Naive's Jug here. He's swapped over to the carry role for this reason. His typical scenario, but of course with the ringer, both players do prefer that one position.
I would imagine that Kuman got Queen of Pain not because the Pango captain thought, you know, this is the best hero there is in the scenario, because Razor was still in the pool. I thought Razor was pretty good against OD too. But I think Kuman is just... It's a golden Queen of Pain. You know, it's one of his better heroes. It was also a golden anti-mage, didn't really do much, but, you know, or at least didn't really do enough, rather.
All that glitters is not gold, Sheaves. How can you verify that this was actually the real gemstone in the first place?
Well, I can see it right there. It's the gold.
What's that mean?
Radiant's bottom tower is under
No, like seriously, what does that mean? Like the golden quab? So you played it to max level,
that means that you are almost max level. It means you played a lot.
What's above gold?
Platinum.
I figured it'd be platinum.
Under attack.
Should be titanium.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Platinum. That's the traditional thing that comes above gold. Also, the answer would probably be number 5 of the 4 Musketeers. That would be my TV show. Anyway, Zayac dying here. Hey, look at that. The first Will-O-Wisp. It's just to keep their team members safe. The TP out there from the Grimstroke as well. They don't get a return kill. And they use the Will-O-Wisp, but that is the only ultimate they actually end up using. They still have the Sonic Wave, the Phantasm, and the Omni Slash.
I think the first mistake of Kuman is just the triple null talisman, and it's too much. It's too much nowadays.
I heard that null talismans and wraith bands are like so good. You gotta buy 5 of them if you get the chance.
They are, but QoP needs real items with active abilities, like ASAP, to increase his power level and hit some sort of spike. More nulls is great, but that's preferred on hero archetypes like OD.
Well,
it's not how you want to be playing a QoP.
Maybe this is working out, you know, that this is the way, and maybe Kuman's performance this game by Slayer will be the thing needed to bring Queen of Pain back to the game. They do get the Pango there on the kill. Valor, can he teleport out? Yes, he can. A Reality Rift actually maybe even working a bit against them, but it's a 1-for-1, which is a favorable trade for the Pango, because they got themselves Ghost 6 Pango.
And Pango, once again,
not Ghost 6 Pango, he's Pango.
Pretty poor performance, in all honesty. Not much game impact. You already have a Midas up on Ghost 6 CK.
Yeah.
This is like a core item on the hero. He is feeling very good. The max crit as well, which means he's going to be farming about as fast as possible.
He's got that healing ward still as well, but there is already an Inkswell up and an illusion or a creep, and Naive drops.
Was that ult really necessary, G? Really? You have 5 heroes, you know his spin's on cooldown?
You know, a power show.
That's fine.
Wants to assert dominance, you know?
It's true. You didn't get lasted, unfortunately, but I would agree.
Don't come back to our jungle ever again.
It's the closest thing we have in Dota to a slam dunk, or a TKO.
What's a TKO?
Technical knockout.
Technical knockout? What's the difference between technical knockout and a normal knockout?
A knockout is when you're actually knocked out. I guess, sorry, I should have said RKO, but a TKO is like when you just, somebody's like unable to continue.
But
because
that's the same as a knockout.
Messed up.
Oh, you mean they're still conscious?
Like the ref calls it, you know?
Like you're
the
too
ref
dead
stops
to
the
continue.
fight. Yeah, exactly.
Like if you go for another beating, you're dead.
Well, maybe, hopefully not dead, but like you'll probably be knocked out soon.
Can you, like if you are a fighter and you wanna continue
it's Valentine's
fighting,
Day. We're lovers, not fighters.
Can you say like, hey, I don't like that. It's not actual knockout. I can continue fighting for one more round. Can you overrule?
You can talk to the ref and like plead your case, but not. Like the whole idea is it's about health and safety over, because most people that are professional fighters are never going to willingly say, yeah, I can't continue. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. So they'll try to continue fighting always, or they just make themselves look like they can. Nice tower for the Pango, actually, with that outer tower down with that tier 2. The Dire jungle is pretty much free range for them to farm in. They still have their tier 2 bottom. Actually, at the moment, Old But Gold has only been able to take out 1 tier 1 tower so far, so map control favoring the side of the Pango.
Even
slight net worth lead as well.
Yeah, but it's 6-14, right? It just feels like kills don't even matter, right?
I was gonna say, since when do you think kills matter? Kills don't matter. Everybody knows that. And what we saw from yesterday's games, actually, net worth doesn't really matter either. It's a very frustrating game to watch. I think if you're like a first-time viewer, you're like, ah, it's 6-14. I know what's happening, guys. Wrong. And you know, it's net worth yesterday as well. If you thought you knew who was ahead, and you were listening on mute, then you wouldn't have known nothing. But it's a tough game.
Well, if you wouldn't have known nothing, how do you not know nothing?
Everybody doesn't know nothing.
What?
Everybody doesn't know nothing.
Sure. So you're saying everyone knows at least something?
Yes. Because if you don't know anything, and you know that you don't know anything, you don't know, like you still know something.
Mm-hmm. I think you've been hanging out with Slacks too long, too.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It's all good.
It's okay.
Game continues on.
Game continues on.
Bottom tower and mid tower being pressured by the Radiant side.
Yeah, I think.
Oh.
Ooh, nice kill actually. I think that the Pango is definitely, in terms of movement, they are at the moment a little bit superior.
Well, of course, you say that Illidan just got solo killed.
I was gonna say that before that happened already.
Yeah, I mean, certainly it looks like they're taking dominance. 2 towers fall, the hard carry of the enemy side. Pango has blown this game open.
The Queen of Pain, making a play, making a comeback here in the scene. I must add the tier 2 scene, because I'm not sure how many other people could get away with picking a Queen of Pain and doing well in the game. But
I can't believe that just happened. But that's such a typical Illidan moment, though. I swear he does one of those plays every single game. He just dies and you don't know why or how, but it happens.
Oh, he's silenced. Kuman is an Invis rune available there and does manage to jump out eventually and still gets silenced afterwards. Where's his team? Kuman is trying to kill off the Phantom Embrace. The Yule Scepter is there, so that will allow him to survive. As we talked about earlier, he needed one item to help him survive against that. Oh, the Soulbind coming out there. But Ghostic, he goes on BCZ. The Will-O-Wisp is there as well. That Soulbind doesn't do anything. And with now BCZ gone, the rest of Old But Gold is scrambling for an escape. Stolen Astral Imprisonment from Zayach coming through, stopping that teleport out on Valor. It's just a support Sven, but nice nonetheless.
That's an easy Roshan. Yeah. Yep. Game's playing itself for the side of the Pango. They have no Pango. Perhaps so that's the secret here. Looks like that hero may end up 0-2 in this series and really hasn't been impressive on either player on it.
Ooh. Nice. It's a nice view, isn't it?
The sky view. This camera, I'd love to see in more sports. Good thing we have
the helicopter
Dota.
view?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Mesmerizing. Alright, so easy Roche. Pango got it. Pango got Arcane Rune as well. Maybe also kill on Vanscore. If they kill Vanscore, which they should be able to, no buyback. Can they? What do they need to be able to go high ground? Because do they need more items? Do they need more pickoffs? Because they have the Aegis.
Well, you just keep playing how they are.
Yeah.
I mean, Naive is accelerating much faster than the enemy Terrorblade. You can see Illidan just really suffering. You win this game by closing it out inside the enemy jungle. Farm enemy Ancients, stack them in their base, try and cut 2 waves around or before the tier 2 area of Dire. I prefer personally, like you see where they have that ward on the bottom hill just pinged out. They get vision in that area. Just camp there. Kill bot wave, kill mid wave. If someone needs to catch top, let it be Quap. Yeah. And you know, he's pretty difficult to take down. Eventually you'll find an opening to get kills.
Yeah, the OD is actually doing really nice in terms of farm on the side of Old But Gold. And during the, I would say during the first 20 minutes of the game, we talked a lot about how the Pango had the pressure on them, and they still do have the pressure on them. There's always Terrorblade on the other side. There's not a Sven on the other side anymore though, because Valor is gone. But at what point, like right now, the pressure is a little bit on Old But Gold. What can they do to get back? Because their high ground defense, I guess Grimstroke's not bad. They can use him.
That's all right. Not ideal. And yeah, this is Astral's on cooldown too.
The Pango is just going for. They don't even have Queen of Pain here. Apparently, they don't care about that. But Zayac might though. He will be the first to drop. Actually, on the side of the Pango. And now with the Soulbind there as well, Naive. Ooh, he hasn't Aegis, but he will be forced to use it. Ghostic still there. In comes Kuma, now silenced up for the moment, but he killed the Phantom Embrace, and he will go back in with his spell casting and being able to dish out loads of damage. That is no Sunder for this Terrorblade. BZZ, Vanscore will drop in. Ghostic has got another Reality Rift available, but is stunned for the moment, and BZZ will be able to finish him off. 4 dead already on the side of gold. Of old but gold though. Valor. Last one alive. Not anymore with the buyback from BZZ. That's a keep of life. That's okay. That was actually a really interesting fight that they initiated that with Kuman on the other side of the map. Actually, Kuman going in on half health. They will be able to kill BZZ as well at this rate. Yep, there you go. Jumping forward. That is a dieback on the Pango.
I do believe that might cement this game, but they are respawning. You got to be careful here. They should have Spin TP active. The Orchid comes out again onto the Sven.
Yeah.
We do see a bit of a fight recap. Yes, Pango did end up winning that engagement.
Yeah,
the chase is on, though. Terrorblade getting lifted.
Yeah. Zayac running away from this this train of hate on the side of Old but Gold. Will still get slowed, actually. Nice one. Nice stroke of faith by Vanscore. Zayac is fine. He can get his blink. Oh, he kind of missed his blink, but he's still fine. No worries to be had there. And this is the trouble of making a fight like that happen that you are planning to have drawn out 22 minutes into the game. Everybody has such short respawn timers. But they got the dieback off of the Pango. That was great for him. Pango, again, hasn't really done that much in this game so far.
It's a hero. I just don't agree with the way it's been played by either side. Just too active. Pango's great because you just combo your spells and kill creep waves. You play trees, you play the off lane, you're elusive, you accelerate.
Oh, this OD is dead. You didn't see it happen, but it happened. Now in comes the Will-O-Wisp. Stolen Disruption as well. And let's see if they can kill off Valor with that. Yes, they can. It wasn't Disruption. Stolen Astral Imprisonment, which is almost the same.
You
but
are
instead
banished.
Of banishing it to the Demon Realm?
No, it's the same realm.
It's the same realm?
Yes. The Astral Plane. It's like the... You watch Stranger Things?
Yeah.
It's sort of the same. But the upside down.
But then... Wait a second.
It's complicated because the astral plane is actually above the upside down, but it's technically underneath. Thus, it could technically be considered
coming out from Ghostic for now. That Phantom Embrace is proving to be not very strong anymore, though. Now with the Rolling Thunder again getting silenced up because Kuman jumped forward. Has got the silence. He gets stunned straight up, though, and BZZ lives. Kuman is the one to end up dying. Illuminate going through. That Naive Omni Slash does make a big difference. G. He's going for Naive, though. Naive has got some backup. Zayac lifting G up in the air, dropping him back down, and the escape of the Pango is in full-fledged force. They try to get out, but they mostly do get out, let's be real. They are fine. Yeah. Losing those two is okay.
They are not playing as well as I would hope, though. That's 2 fights in a row where I feel like the Pango, if they execute properly, just close this game out. The first time, Quap wasn't there until 15 seconds into the engagement. This one, you see Kuman blink in. His 2 teammates had already moved to exit the engagement, so he ends up going down. If they're closer, you're going to be able to turn that fight around for sure, but instead Quap dies, they get the big Grimstroke ult off, and then Pango's even alive to roll through, so...
Yeah, he did get the Orchid off on the Pango, but he just didn't finish him off with that.
If Illidan was more farmed, this would be a lot more troublesome, but they do have a pretty distinct advantage, and they keep finding these easy pickoffs.
But that is all credit, or not credit, discredit to ODPixel. They got no vision, and they shouldn't be in those positions. They don't know where everybody of the Pango is, but being around shrines is a pretty normal place to be once you've taken out a tier 3 tower. So somewhere someone should have expected that that place was not safe to go to.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda. That's, you know, Dota in a nutshell. Easy for us to say, right? We got helicopter fuel.
Dude, let me tell you, in comparison to playing, casting is a breeze. All you gotta do is talk about stuff.
Yeah, by the way, it can't be the same Astral Plane because if you disrupt and Astral at the same time, those 2 players, they can't see each other. they're out.
That's
it has
not
to be
true.
2 separate astral planes.
Didn't you play World of Warcraft? Do you remember the first boss of Sunwell?
Yeah,
Same
I
thing.
do actually.
Same thing. It's literally the same place.
Have you played a hero that gets disrupted at the same time as someone else getting astraled? Have you seen the other player getting disrupted or astraled? Wait a second, lifts. Illidan trying to get out of here, has got his man style available if really needed. Oop, Will-O-Wisp holding him in position. Gets blasted back in there as well, but the tick was just out of range there, and Illidan will be able to make for a run in the trees. Gets an illusion out there as well, but yeah, that's it for him. He didn't even have the Thunder available.
Like, it's been a few times in this game. NaVi used his Omni Slash there.
Yeah.
I would argue he didn't need to Omni Slash. Wait, really?
Hey, look at the green dot above his name.
Okay, never mind. It's just such a fast BAT. It looks like
that is because that is because he has an attack speed that is really high, and also the Arcana makes it look like the dragon's flying about and all that.
Okay, good. Never mind then. Good job, Naive.
Good job, Naive.
Really great job carrying that game.
Still saving his Omni Slash.
It's such a huge item or ability to squander. It's just so important because when you don't have that ability active, like it's the threat of it that allows you to play aggressively in engagements. You need to ensure you get off a good one, but I argue wasting it is like just that's the entire hero. That's what makes a good jug from a bad one, is how did they Omni Slash in fights.
Well, for now they won't Omni Slash in any fight. It looks like they're waiting for the next Roshan to be up. And actually, that is a pretty nice strategy for the Pango, because they're just making sure that everybody of Old But Gold, like the only one really not afraid to venture out is Illidan, but that's because he's not afraid of anything, and he probably should be afraid.
He's still been playing this game far too passively for my taste. When you're behind, you've got to take more risks. He's not... I want to see him playing enemy jungle, you know, spamming illusions, like looking to cut waves, push waves, farm enemy woods. If you die, sure, you're on the other end of the map.
Spamming illusions, there they are.
They don't have any BK... I guess you could theoretically get Omni to death, but you don't have any BKB TP cancels either, so just finish that now.
Ghostic is the one they're trying to hunt, or rather the one that they will probably find. He is the one farming that camp right there. They do know that there's someone there. The creeps are chasing him. I'm not sure if they can... Actually, they know. It looks like the Pango is almost aware. There was a teleport to the shrine, but All But Gold, that is too scary to venture that deep into the enemy jungle, especially with a shrine there that people can teleport to.
And look at the number of wards they have placed, right? If you don't, if you know that they're not around their either shrine area and your Quap is in the base bottom lane,
don't be alone, says us to Kuman. Kuman will be fine. He's feeling very, very brave and bold with the BKB and the Yules available. Both, of course, can be used for escape. That's really what you want to have.
You're doing a good job on the side of Pango. Just control the map. This is we were talking about this. This is how you have to close out a game. Yeah. They are on less of a timer because of a couple unfortunate deaths from Illidan. So this second Roche is like kind of a breeze for them. I think if Illidan's got like that one more item on top of his newly finished BKB, he'd be more confident to take this engagement, but perhaps they go for it anyway.
Yeah, they got to try. Guman is the first one, but that is a smoke broken and a blink away with the haste rune from Kuman. So, the rest though, the Pango now jumping to the high ground. Sonic Wave over the top of 2 as well. Illidan, can he get his Sunder off before anything else? He does get the Sunder off. Grimstroke in the meantime already having to buy back in this fight. The rest of the Pango is just focusing on this Terrorblade. They just can't do any damage in this fight, and he knows it because he hasn't even tried to pop this meta yet. He at least probably can make for a buyback later on, and then come back. He can actually not buy back. All right, that is a tough situation for All But Gold to be in. They did lose to Sven as well. Vanscore, his Grimstroke, that is already a dieback. Now BCZ jumping to his tier 4 towers, but he's getting chased. Kuman jumping forward. He's not going to be able to chase all the way into the fountain, no, but he's going to force out that buyback from Valor. G also still there. All they managed to kill so far was a Queen of Pain. The creep wave is about to come high ground to get rid of that backdoor protection. Can they take out Ghostic, the tankiest target of the Pango? I don't think so. Shield crash. Ooh, Kuman actually. He's going to be having that Aegis popped any time now.
To be able to re-engage her.
Nice dodge of the stun. Kuman jumping forward, getting the silence off. The Word Kid up on BCZ. Ghostic going for the same target as well, and there with the last tick will get the kill.
Illidan's back up. He does have that meta still, as you mentioned before.
Yeah, he's still not using it though. Saving it for a rainy day. And they did not lose the tier 3 tower. In the meantime, also Keeper of the Light back in the fight as well, because that fight lasted long enough. They did also, I guess actually, for all but gold, they kept their racks on both lanes. They killed the Aegis. Yeah. They still have the Metamorphosis. And
you're getting...
It's not bad.
You're getting to a point where a throw could equalizes the game, and that's the strength of the Terrorblade OD composition. At a point, you're going to have a Hex on OD, and TV will be big. You'll have that level 20 talent, and all of a sudden, you win that fight, the advantage gets cut in half, and there's so much gold left on the map. All the tier 2s, that one tier 1 middle.
Hello, G. He pops his BKB as well, TP out. Nothing really can stop him from doing that.
And I gotta say, I swear, that is like amateur mistake 1x. Like, if I were ever to teach a class on Dota, it would be about, hey, if you don't get to Roshan time and you can't contest it well, please don't run and smoke at it. Like, it never works.
If that is your first lesson when it comes to Dota 2, people are going to be so confused. They're going to be like, what's Roshan? What do you mean timing? Fight.
I like how Pango's actually moved into the favorites position in our odds comparison, and I don't know if that...
It's for the series.
Yeah, exactly, but I don't know. This game's not quite closed out yet. It's looking favorable, but there are at least 10 out of every 100 scenarios where I think Old But Gold still take this game. You got to try and close it out sooner rather than later. You've got the heart on Ghost Stick. You've got all your cooldowns available. Quap just finished a Sheeva's. I think it's time to make moves.
They want to. They don't have an Aegis anymore, which is tough. Oh, a scan. Also, Kuman just jumped forward there, getting disarmed and silenced. The one swashbuckle.
This is the phase of the game, though, where Quap gets powerful, especially the level 25 talent. I think you get the Fear, if you can. It's super powerful, and it just represents a free disable. And there's really not much you can do to juke it.
We'll see getting used to the next fight. It looks like, I mean, if you're the Pango, you don't want to fight high ground into 5 heroes that are alive, right? You should want to have one pick off first before doing anything.
Yes, but you got to be careful with your target, because you look at the buybacks, the only 2 players with them available are the OD and the Terrorblade, and those are the ones that you got to assume Pango's looking to open up on.
Yeah. Oh, Illidan. Speed being the target right there, but he's fine. Getting saved by his teammates there as well. They're ready to jump after him. Everybody of Pango is actually not not together right now. Kuman is in the dire jungle. He's just farming. There's also a double damage rune that just spawned on top. Might be a nice one to take and use to go high ground. But all this time, though, that Old But Gold is in the base is not bad.
And you can see the next item queued up on G is that Sheep Stick. That's the big item, because you have so much damage potential from the OD Terrorblade combination. You know, Quap, yeah, you've got a BKB, yeah, you've got a ton of farm, but you still just feed in the duration of a Hex, especially with all the follow-up stuns available.
Who would they go for? Like, is Naive the prime target or Kuman the prime target for the Hex?
I'd say, I mean, both are applicable, but I think you'd prefer the Quap.
Oh, the lift up on this fan.
It's Glimmer.
And they take him down. The Will-O-Wisp there as well. Ooh, and the Omni Slash. That is the 2 heroes that bob, and the 3 heroes that bob back are dead again. That is a rough life for this Terrorblade in the OD. Oi, 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 oi. Terrorblade does buy back, but without a support.
That's something I've seen Liquid do so many times, where you're controlling the map, you're out farming, you almost lull your opponents into a false sense of security, and then, bam, you just strike, you immediately take out a couple of supports, chase that 3rd kill. Sure, the cores are alive, sure, TB can buy back, still didn't use his meta as well. Illidan just a non-factor for the last 10-15 minutes of that game.